food very nicely, I enjoy the food, still I suffer with. When they say use the word enjoy, you hit it. You tell that, now stop enjoying the food for 1 week, you will be out of your problem. This is the thing we have to remember. That is where we will differ with when we go with the Vyadhi Pratyanika Chikitsa and Hetu Pratyanika Chikitsa. Hetu Pratyanika Chikitsa always is Srotas oriented Chikitsas. When it is Vyadhi Pratyanika, where Srotas become little secondary, it's not that we are not at all considering, rather where the Vyadhi will give a more importance. And we are already listed the medicine under the Chikitsadhyaya for specific Vyadhis. So you'll just blindly take this treatment and you'll give it off. So if you are not remembering these Lakshanas, specific to the Srotas, as just now I told, no? One place we have to make them eat more and more nutritious food and make their every time patient will come in, no difference. Rather, after your advice, more and more hair falling is there. Yeah, we are giving the opposite Chikitsa. How can we get the result there? So that is the importance of remembering the Srotas involved and then planning for the Chikitsa. Yes, we'll move on to, that's one example in the Rasa. There's a lot of examples in that way we can give. We'll move on to the second one. So now we're coming to the Rakta Pradosha Vikaras. Here also we'll just go through the whole of the list what we have in the Rakta Pradosha Vikara. We have two kinds of manifestation. Some manifestation that is all over the body and some manifestation are localized. There is two way of manifestation. Because there is a two-way of manifestation, therefore, Chikitsa also becomes two ways in when we treat the Raktaja Vikaras. We are Charaka, even though is a Kara Chikitsa Pradhana Vyadhi, he gives the importance for Rakta Mokshana. And Rakta Mokshana is such a modality of treatment, it can be Siraveda or it can be Prachara. So, when it comes to the Rakta Pradosha Vikara, the mixture of two things are there. So we'll have the diseases where we have to go for the Sarvadehika Chikitsa and some of the condition we have to go for localized treatment. Accordingly, we plan for it. Yes, the next one. See, till now in the last two slides, we have studied about 4 lines of shloka. Now it all of a sudden is reduced to half. Because Charaka was expert of Kaya Chikitsa, that's why. But Shushruta also told the same number of diseases. Just he has added Mamsa Sangata as one more addition to that, that's all. So there's no much difference in both the list. Being a surgeon, you should have given more, no? Because here the Chikitsa for Mamsa Gata Vyadhi is Shastra, Kshara, Agni Karma. So he has more scope. But still Shushruta also made it half of the total number. As I told in the beginning, when we understand the concept of Srotas, how Rasa and Rakta does its karma, in that way, Mamsa onwards, we do not have a concept of traveling and having the everyday nourishment throughout the body. Rather, it is compartment concept comes here. So that's why the diseases are same line. Therefore, there is no need of listing the diseases now. There is no need of listing. You just give a direction, yourself you can explore further. Because every time it is going to be specific, limited, the manifestation. So that's why here onwards we will just observe that now it is the Mamsa. Of course, all these are specific to the involvement of Mamsa and they are limited to the specific place. The same way the next one. See, here we have one of the special way of presenting it. Further it is 2 into 1 line. Correct? There was 4 lines in the first 2 slides and third it is 2. Now in the first slide almost half. Charaka also wanted to complete it quickly and finish the chapter. Right? Is it the reason? Yes. So here when it comes to the Medhajani, when it comes to the explanation of Chikitsa Sthana, the involvement of disease with Medha, we have one and only unique disease, that is Prameha. Yes? Just you remember what you studied in the Chikitsa Sthanas, maybe in Ashtanga or in Charaka. So disease with the involvement specific to the Medhas is only one. When you have explained one disease, why to explain 4 lines of the disease manifestation? Because with the one disease, actually Charaka explained 20 conditions there. That's why we say, no, Sutrana is the nature of Samhitas. Yes, they too use the one word, Prameha Pura Rupani, but with this they included all Bastigata Rogas, that is 20 diseases as per the Charaka is already completed. And previous to that one, Ninditane, it's already completed in the Sutrasthana, therefore there is no need of elaborating on that. So, when you read, it feels like it's one line, but actually hidden in it is 28. Correct? More than any other Srotas. Yes? Already tired, huh? Even I am sitting from 9 o'clock. So, maybe I have to complete. It's a responsibility. Students should respond. This is not the responsibility. Okay, anyway. So, Ninditani Prameya Pura Rupani. Here what they are told is Nindita and Prameya Pura Rupa. So, interest of explaining this one is, we have one disease which is explained, but with this one disease they already completed the explanation of all condition that is possible with the involvement of Medus. So that is why we have one word, Pura Rupani. But here also we have to remember that some Pura Rupas which are mentioned in the Prameha are not applicable as Medo Dushti Vikaras. Only selected few are included as included as Medo Dushti Lakshanas. Like this also in the Prameya Pura Rupa, you have a Lakshanas like Durbala, Daurbalya. So every Lakshana explained in the Pura Rupa is not going to be a Lakshana. For this, our Tikakaras help us. So how to understand the Prameya Pura Rupas, which and all the Pura Rupas of Prameya should be included as Medo Dushti Lakshana. It's not each and everything is going to be Medo Dushti Lakshana. We'll move to the next one. We have Asti as well known. Further we are reduced, and here most of these conditions what we see is associated manifestation of many of the underlying pathology rather than it itself is a pathology. Many of the conditions underlying. So here also we have a set of one direction pathologies, therefore no much variation, so there is no question of adding some more Vyadhis under the heading Asti Pradoshija. The next one. The Majja. This is one more one more dhatu which is most of the time debated a lot, because the Majja, one part we accept that it is there within the Asti, and other we accept that one which is there in the Mastishka is Mastishka Majja. These are the two things what we commonly take into. And supporting this one we have some Lakshanas listed here, like the Murcha, Darshanam Tamasastata, and Aravashastula Mulanam Paravajaramcha Darshanam. So these are some of the Lakshanas. This indicate that both can be taken here with the understanding of Majjavaha Srotas. Why it is important is, in a present scenario, though the Charaka has explained the few Lakshanas, we get more diseases with the involvement of Majja, being Mastishka Majja, from that the spinal cord, and we have all spinal changes to be diagnosed and treated with line with the principles of Ayurveda. So that we have to remember our Majja. We cannot forget. So why we have to remember? We'll understand the Chikitsa part. So next one. So last one, Shukra. So once again, here also we have the explanation of the thing in one line. But as you observe, in a Rasa Pradosha also we got the word Klaibya, and in Shukra also we have the word Klaibya. Right? And Chikitsa, in case of Rasa Pradosha Vikara is Langana. In case of Shukra Pradosha Vikara, Klaibya, the Chikitsa is going to be Brahmana. We'll see to it. Yes, next. So many questions are remaining to be answered, right? Yes. So we'll go for Chikitsa Siddhanta. So as you all are aware of, I'll not go, just I'll go to the Majjavaha directly. So we have to use the Madhura Tikta Aushadhis, we have to make use of, and we have to treat the condition. And we'll keep this in mind, and that we'll plan. As you know that as a practitioner, we get good result whenever we make use of Yapana Bastis. In the conditions involving the spinal nerves, we have a good result. And most of this combination is Madhura Tikta Aushadas. So involvement of Majjavaha Srotas, if you remember with the Lakshanas, we'll go with the approach of Chikitsa specific to the Srotas. Yes, next one. So I hope now you got the answer, whether it is needed or not. The next. As I just left halfway. Yes, when we say that Pandisum Sudsamrodha Klaibya Asti, Rasavaha Sruto Dushti, and Shukravaha Sruto Dushti is also Klaibya. Can both be treated with the same line? No, it is not possible. In Rasavaha Sruto Dushti, Klaibya manifests because of Rasa to Shukra, he should have a Dushti, and there is a Uttarottara Dhatukshaya, and then we have a manifestation of Klaivya. But when we have Shukravaha Srotas, Rasa to till the Meda, it is normal. Majja and the Shukra, these are two things will take into care. So Chikitsa will be differ. So each and every case of Klaivya cannot be treated with Uttarabasti. Each and every case of Klaivya cannot be treated only with Vajikarna Aushadha. Each and every case of Klaivya can be treated only with Langana. Can also be treated only with Langana. No need of thinking about a complicated or the... So when we treat a condition, it's our responsibility to evaluate what is really involved, rather than a patient coming with a report and saying that I'm not having the issues for 10 years. I'm treated, all the examination is done, everything normal, I'm not getting conceived. It's our responsibility. Of course, there are too many other factors. I'm not telling that it should not be considered. It has to be considered. But one of the most neglected, what I am highlighting, my intention to this presentation is, we do all the practice. We know everything. But sometimes we overlook. That overlooking, if you avoid, no. If you are getting now 75% result, you can get 100%. That's the only intention of this presentation. The small change will make big difference. So therefore, remember that it can be with the both. So approach of Chikitsa is going to be once again a contrary. So one place we are going to give Langana, other place we are going to give the Brahmana. One place we are giving the Jivaniya, other place we are going to give the completely Rukshana. So this is going to be different. So that's why we have to remember we are not remembering, we have to apply these principles, what is explained in the Srotas. Yes, next one. So, coming to the next part of presentation, as I have to continue with the pathogenesis now, one we understood till now is Srotas. And also we understand Srotas itself can have some changes, like it can have Karatva, it can have Lepa, it can have Roda, it can have Dushana. So this is some words what we come across with the Srotas. And also along with these words, there's one more thing that is commonly, as the paper begins, the most difficult concept to be understood in Ayurveda is Avarana. And before we start with Srotas with Avarana, just we'll have some references related to Avarana. So one of the conditions where he says in Staulya, the next please. Rogaha balavantu bhavanti avrita margatva srotasam. So this avrita margatva srotasam, because of that there is some more disease get manifested in Staulya. So that avrita marga is the cause for progress of complications of Staulya. So this we have to keep in mind. So in the beginning with the Srotas, being the Roda takes place, but to progress with Avarana, and this is leading to the complication. This is one way of understanding. And the one more scenario that everyone is knowing, is next slide. That is a very common one. We always consider is, whenever Avarana comes, we cannot forget Vata. Right? The central theme for a disease, Vata. Why for Vata? Just now in the middle I told, three things that's very, very important in maintaining the Sharira is Dhatushma, Maruta and Srotas. Dhatushma part, already sir has told about Agni. What is the important Tattva Agni in the first presentation. And Srotas I completed. Now we are in the Maruta place. So in the Maruta there are the two things. There's a very common cause or a common way of its aggravation. What we say it is because of Dhatukshaya or Margavarana. And when we have to use the word Margavarana, we have to remember that Margavarana Vega Pratibandadeva Kupito Bhavanti. Vega Pratibandad. Vega Pratibandana is the next slide. So Vega Pratibandana. What is Vega Pratibandana? And why it is told in the concept of Vata Vyadhi? Why not it's included in any other disease? Why we do not have a chapter separately for the separate different kinds of Avarana? All are put in one chapter and made as a mixed masala and it is given. Right now? But why? This we need to answer this one. So what we have, next slide. Previous to it, I guess. So the previous to it, one slide is missed. Okay, the next one. Next. So there is when we say that Mavarana, we have to remember that Avarana is for Gati Avaroda, and Gati is told only for one dosha. Gati is told for Vata. Only for Vata, Gati word is Vagati Gandhanayoho. Only Gati is attributed for Vata. So it's though the other two doshas are moved, but it move always through Vata. It cannot move by itself. Therefore, Avarana concept, the word Avarana is Gati Pratibandhaka. Therefore, Avarana concept is aptly applicable for Gati Yukta dosha. That is, therefore we can have Avarana only under the chapter. We can't have the under Kapha or the Pitta. It has to be dealt under the Vata Vyadhi Chikitsa only, because Avarana word is for Gati. So Gati Pratibandhana is the interest here. So Gati Pratibandhana, it can be very simple one. We are moving, so in a very nice, very highway it is, we are just going with the full speed of 120, but in a far distance, you just get the signal. Signal that the red signal is first. All of a sudden your speed will come down. No? Is there any mechanical obstruction? Anyone has told you? Anyone has put you a barricade there? You got what you got? A signal. Then what happens? All of a sudden speed comes down. This is what is happening with the Avarana. You are going with the full speed, and all of a sudden the front person has put a brake. And because of that, all vehicles in a row in the highway, well, everyone has to give a brake, and everyone they do not find a way to go further. What has happened here now? Dusti has taken place. That is a Kavai Gunya. So that's why we have to go with the Dusti, and we have to continue with the Sangha or Vimarga Gamana or Atipravati as Raja Granthi. Something should happen. So this is what is the concept of Avarana and Sangha. That's all. So, when two things, there's a difference is, in a first there's something goes wrong within the Srotas, and then there's a Avarana begins, or sorry, Marga Avarana begins, and then we have to say that there is all this manifestation of the disease what is dealt with. But in Avarana, you get a signal, because of that, the signal, we get a slowdown. And this slowdown gives the power to the other dosha, and that will get vitiate the Vata. That's why Anyavarana is possible, Anya Malavarana is possible, and Anyonyavarana is also possible. So this is the concept what we have in Avarana. If you remember this much, never we will write in the paper in the beginning that it's very difficult to understand Avarana, but it is very important in the practice. So this line will not come. So in Avarana there is a competition. So in the competition whoever wins, they will present with the Lakshanas. So that is what we say. That is nothing like, that's why I given a site an example. Because usually in Avarana they give the example, one is there, and around this one more comes, and the cap happens, and the inside one forgets, right? This is always Avarana means the picture in the mind is a circle should come. Without circle, Avarana never comes, right? But here we are done now Avarana in the straight line. Wrong, no? We are in the straight line, we are doing the Avarana. So this is the difference between understand. So that's what we have to understand. So that's why given first is remember the word Avarana. It is in depicting the Gati. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's only the Gati Pratibandhaka when it takes place, Avarana occurs. So therefore, Avarana can be an underlying pathology for Srotodusti. Avarana can progress with the Dusti or Vimarga Gamana or Siraja Granthi. All are possible. That's why the diseases what is explained in the Chikitsa Sthana in 28 chapters will also be, their name will come even when you are reading the Avarana Vyadhis. Will come. It has to come because now when you are given a break, if you are not taken care of that signal, you are went till the signal and then you try to stop. What will happen? Though the signal is there, Avarana is also there, no? Sangha is also taken place. This is what the pathology is. Therefore, for each disease, we also have an Avarana concept and also we have a concept of Dusti. Both occurs. Both is possible. Both way of presentation is possible. So this we have to keep in mind. Some of the words with the similar to indicate the Avarana, these are the same, similar in the different conditions what we have the word to indicate the Avarana, just for information. Yes, next one. So as you know, just now I was telling that maybe Samanya Avarana with Ama, Kapha, Pitta or Mala or Visishta Avarana with Anyonya Avarana is the next one. complete, like you have a signal that is right, free right turn is allowed, but you are not allowed for the straight line. So you are in a hurry, what you will do? No problem, at least left turn is there, no, we will give a little longer pathway and try to move on. That's why sometime in the Avarana pathology, we will have some lakshanas still persisting. It is not completely absence of the lakshanas of the one which is get avrata. So this is what he is telling, partial or complete. It may be functional, organic, or acute and chronic, or transient or persistent. It's depending on the way in which the avarana has taken place. Yes, next one. As you know this one, usually the avarana, as I told in the textual wise, this is the limit what they told, that around 47 different avaranas are explained. Yes, next one. And this is just an interesting paper what I got in the net. As we started in the beginning, as we started our presentation, I was telling, no, so they done a real one study on this one, a cross-sectional survey study to find out the role of avarana as a diagnostic tool in general practice with special reference to Madhumeha. So it is done in NIA Jaipur, so where they consider this Samprapti Gatakas in their questionnaire. They are given this to the consultant. So around 83 consultants were given with this questionnaire and then asked to tick the answers. So whether they consider these things in their practice. So they opine that when it comes to the Srotas, say here they say number of consultants, 40 consultants, and they went with saying that it is needed, so this is needed in the practice. That is average to 48.19%. And avarana when it comes, they say that 33%, that is 39.76% of the consultant, they consider that avarana is needed in the practice. The next slide. But when the question is asked, is avarana an important samprapti ghataka in day-to-day practice? That is in what as information is given, that is through their clinical practice. The case sheet was taken and based on that information is given. See there, the answer is, here, yes, they say yes. The answer is, the 62 consultants, they say that it is yes. And it is said 74.5%. It constitutes of 70. Means, when you speak, we speak, avarana is important. When we practice it for 33%. When we speak, we say it is very, very important. So it accounts for more than 75%. But when it come to the practice and evaluate the case sheet, it goes for only 30%. So this is the scenario of Ayurveda. That's what from the morning what they are telling. Why we are failure to impress upon any other person apart from our fraternities, what we say, we practice a little. What we practice, we do not say it. So this is where we contradict ourselves. Because of that third person looking at us, no, they feel like all these are mythological. So this is the thing what is told in this particular paper. Anyways, the next one. Next one. Next. Some of the cases, direct one I didn't have it. It's just for insight. I already discussed. I hope you got an idea what we are intended in the avarana. So it's the Madhumeha is one of the conditions which is most commonly discussed for the avarana. That is the avarana janya and vata prakopa janya. This is the two presentations of Madhumeha. In the Sutrasthana, Charaka presents with the Madhumeha as avarana janya. And how to identify these two is, while explaining the Sutrasthana, he says, muhu muhu. Alternatively, we have kapha lakshanas and pitta lakshanas in Madhumeha, then it is avrita janya. If we do not have the muhu, kapha or pitta lakshanas, it's purely the vata lakshanas are there, then it is vata prakopa janya. That's a simple way, what direct tool we have in the text to diagnose whether the madhumeha is a avarana janya or it is janya prakopa janya. So prakopa janya, typically it comes with a person with a loss of weight, is a very typical lakshanas of the patients with the madhumeha getting diagnosed as vata prakopa janya. Otherwise, we have kapha pitta janya. We will have a lakshana specific to kapha vriddhi and pitta vriddhi rather than the vata vriddhi lakshanas. Yes, the next one. Or in Majjavrita Vata. So very commonly, we as I intentionally explained in the beginning, Majja, we do consider the Mastishka Gata Majja. So when that way we consider the Majjavrita Vata, so Vata is losing the functions because of Majja. So in such condition, we will have loss of function because karma, Vata karma is Gatihi. So that a gatyatmaka karma will be lost. The person will have a pain while walking, are unable to sit for long. So now vata karma hani has taken place because of the majjavarana. Yes, the next one. Same way in a pittavrata vata, if you are thinking, there is a, we will have the avarana of vata. So vata and pitta, when we combine together, it is responsible for the ushma, or the controlling, the regulating the body temperature. Absence of vata, pitta, no one to listen. So we will have the lakshanas of, there is a difficult, we will have failure in heat regulating, or person will have daha lakshanas. And Urustamba is a condition where Medasavrata Vata. So once again, Urustamba also comes with the presentation of feeling like someone's leg I am carrying. That's the Lakshana. Why? Vata is being Avarana with the Meda, and the Karma of Vata is having the Hani here. Or in Akasa, it is Prana Avrata Udana. So when it comes to the Anyonya Avarana, we need to remember a little when it comes to the Chikitsa. Usually in Avarana, Anyavaranas are comparatively easier for Chikitsa compared to the Anyonya Avarana. We'll go to the next slide. If you are interested, if you have a mind, any question related to Avrata and Gata, I hope now it is clear, no need of this slide. Avrata and Gata is in Avrata, Vata loses the karma, but in Gata, Vata is the cause, and where we will have the hetus of Vata and then producing the Lakshanas. Is the next slide. And one more question if you have in a mind, what is the difference between Samsarga and the Avarana? So in the Samsarga and Avarana, Samsarga, it always takes place by the two Tulya Anubandhya doshas getting aggravated and produce the Vyadi, where will hetus of both dosha will be present, then we call it as Samsarga or Sannipata, if all three dosha hetus are present. If we are having the hetu of one dosha and one dosha is losing its function, then we have to consider it as Avarana. And it's always Avarana is there with the Vata mainly, though there is a reference in the last part of the shloka, last part of the chapter, even Pitta and Kapha also can be seen in the same direction. If really it is having the clinical importance, at least one example of that would have been told in the text. We do not have a single example with us. That itself tells us when Avarana concept comes, always Vata is the one which gets compromised because of the other doshas. So the next one. When it comes to the Chikitsa, usually Anyavarana Chikitsa is simple because as I told, when we remember the changes taking place in the Srotas, I am going for the Chikitsa with Anyavarana. So Anyavarana, it may be because of Kapha, Pitta, or it is because of any of the Malas. So in such condition, we have to remember that the Gati of the dosha should be corrected. How to correct the Gati of the dosha? Very important. Whatever we use, it should not carry the Abhishyandi guna in it. Because Abhishyandi is the one which hampers the movement in the Srotas. So first and foremost is Anabhishyandi. And along with that, next line of approach is Snigdha, and according to the Avaruddha dosha, go for the Chikitsa. But first and foremost is Anabhishyandi. Therefore, in Avarana Chikitsas, mostly we go for the Mrudu Shodhana first. Mrudu Shodhana, I am not telling it's a classical Shodhana, it's rather it is most of the time we go with the Mrudu Shodhana first, followed by start with the Sneha Chikitsa. But outright starting with the Sneha is generally not recommended. Yes, next one. Before. So Anyonya, as I told, it's very important, it's very little compared to the other, it is difficult. Why? Two things which is involved in the Anyonya are both are Gatyatmaka. Gati to Gati, changing is possible by colliding. Or to say that, literally you are making both of them not understand their direction. And so bringing them back to their pathway is going to be difficult. That's why a kasa or shwasa, if it takes place by Anyonya Varana, it's always difficult. If the shwasa takes place by Vata Kaphaja, then it's we are very happy to give the Chikitsa, we get result. But when you get Anyonya Varana, where both Prana and Udana have changed their direction, that's why the person comes with the complaint of unable to breathe. Because Prana and Udana both complement for the breathing. Now you have to correct both of them, we have to teach them what is their direction. But treating becomes tricky. here treating becomes tricky because Shwasa with Prana and Udana both should know, because this is the most important two vatas which will indicate the life activity in the person. So treating this condition, we require utmost care as well as skill is required, then only it's possible to treat such conditions. So Anyonya Avarana when it comes, of course, it's a little bit out of reach unless we really become good practitioner and understand it, and then only we'll go with the Chikitsa. But other part of Avarana, it's easy. It's not to worry much. We approach with the Shodhana first and then continue with the other line of treatment. Yes. So with this, I conclude my presentation. Always, when we go with the Chikitsa, we'll remember the last two. Yes, the next sloka. We'll remember, Tasmat Satyapi Nirdesho, though we have a direction in the text, Kurya Uhyam Swayam Diya. Always do the Uhana by our own intelligence. Because whatever we speak standing in the dais, when it comes to the patient sitting in front of you, it will be entirely different scenario. For that, what is required is, what we learn, we should know how to apply it. Then only we will have the understanding. When you do not have a logic, what you practice, it's always the practice is by chance. This chance practice will go for only a little time. It is not possible to practice throughout the life with the Adrishya. That's what we say, that a representative come with the full bag of medicine and say that his company medicine is the best one. Next company person also comes and say that he gives you offer more and says that this is the best one. But what is the best one? We require to think, and for that what is required is, we require the Diya. We require to have our own intelligence, which is the best. And then remember that whenever we treat, first preferred treatment is Hetu Pratyaneka. Follow that Vyadhi Pratyaneka. But some conditions, Vyadhi Pratyaneka overpower the Hetu Pratyaneka. Why? That is what the Acharya say. In some places, there is a failure for Hetu Pratyaneka, then I have to go for Vyadhi Pratyaneka. But practicing Vyadhi Pratyaneka is much easier than Hetu Pratyaneka. That's why Hetu Pratyaneka is explained in Sutrasthana, Nidanasthana, Vimanasthana, Sharyasthana. But Vyadhi Pratyaneka is explained 30 chapters of Chikitsasthana. Explanation also easier. Explanation also easier, practicing also easier. That's why we feel better with always comfortable with Vyadhi Pratyaneka than Hetu Pratyaneka. With this, I conclude. Thank you.
Now the section is open for discussion.
They understood. Sometimes Srotomulam is considered with the interest of really it's a utpatti of the particular dhatu, they consider it as Srotomulam, like in case of the Yakrit or in a Pleha. But in some places it is given with the clinical importance, Srotomulam is given. Because if you give the Chikitsa there, then it is going to have its benefit throughout the Srotas. Like in Basti, when it is considered with the interest of Chikitsa point only. Because if you treat the Basti, then it is going to affect on all the Basti Rogas. So in this way, Moolam is not with the interest of the word. Moola means origin, rather Moola is Adaraha. Like Maulika Siddhanta, what we have, no? That meaning we'll take with the Moola here. Moola is Adaraha. So this Adara may be like a root, or it may be like a ladder you are supporting for a falling, or it's like a pillar. So it's Adara is the word what we'll use for Moola here. Yes, thank you.
Department. In the Samprapti, it is told that Sirabhir Urdam Prasrada Netra Avayam Asrada. Shall we compare this with this concept of Srotas and Sarvaroga Nidanokte Ragder Kubidamala Jokshushir Visheshana Prayaha Pittanusarnaha Sirabhir Urdam Prasrada Netra Avayam Asrada. Like that Samprapti is going on. Shall we compare this Sirabhir Urdam Prasrada? That means, is there any...
Yes. So when it comes to the Shalakya Vikaras and understanding this concept, what is in the Charaka, that's 11 concept, for 11 Srotas, what concept is there? No, generally we do not apply. What we apply is what Shushruta told, the separating the Sira, Damani and Srotas, and then specific to that particular, because we cannot separate, do this samprapti like what we do for Kaya Chikitsa in the Shalakya Vyadis. Most of the Vyadis we cannot. So we are not going to apply this principle, what elaborately we studied, no, in specific to the Shalakya Rogas. No, we are not going to apply it. We'll have a problem in apply. If you apply, then we have Shat Kriya Kala, what concept is there and exclusive for Shalakya, it will go wrong. So we'll not apply this concept.
Thank you.